I want to talk about the biologic of the earthen narrative. If you take up all of the signs and the highways off of the earth, earth is just a big garden. Before man took the elements from the ground, learned to make metal to make the cars, learned to make metal to make the signs, learned to harness electricity to power the traffic signals. Earth was just a big garden. And if you look up the word garden, it says park. And so, as I said, man learned to create with the elements. And once they poured concrete over the park, stuck signs in the ground, and created cars, it became a theme park. And so, in essence, you are neutral energy. You are equal to God. You are creators. Yet, you have descended from being a creator, and you have become subject to creation. Ask yourself, how are you subject to creation and your energy is limited to the ups and downs of this theme? How are you subject to creation if in essence you are a creator? And so you have forgotten who you are. And the things that you now address has become your address. Your daily habits has become your habitation. And since you address everything in this earthen theme, you have become a resident within creation, within this theme, and forgotten who you are as creator. In the ethereal realm, you don't grow like a plant. You are in your eternal state. You just are. In the earthen narrative, which has a logic that is bio, it has a biologic. Things grow as plants. You start as a kid and you grow. You see the trees, they grow. Everything here grows. And so this is part of the theme of this biological realm. You even have biological parents. And I want you to really think about this. You are not your biological frame. Yet everything in this biological realm, from the physical signs, the physical cars, it caters to your biological frame. And you refer to all of the events in this biologic as life. When life is not things going on in this biological realm, the kids are at soccer practice. I got a good car. I got the job. That's not life. Life is the force that powers this biological frame. You are life force. So this is why when your biological body dies, you go on, because you are not your body. You are life. The human state of being refers to the biologic as life. And the fact that the reward system of the biological body has taken on that term as life. When something doesn't go as planned in this biological realm, they say, my life is not going how I want it to. When in fact, life is simply the force that powers the body. Think about the fact that when people meditate, all they're doing is sitting aside from the activities of this biological realm. The consciousness that reciprocates in the brain of this biological body, they're just stilling that consciousness. They're undressing it. And when you undress the reciprocation of a consciousness that you're constantly in rotation of, the body goes dormant and now the spirit can awake. But if your main focus as energy, because you are energy, and everything you spend time with, when you spend your energy or your currency, you will receive a product. So the fact that you spend time reciprocating the consciousness of this earthen narrative, you have become a product of this environment. And so the spirit lies dormant. Think about an appliance. Every appliance has a power source, a battery, an extension cord, some type of power source. So as you reciprocate the earthen consciousness, who you truly are on the other side in spirit is dormant. But the fact that it's still there, even though you're just spending more time in this biological realm, being a frame and tending to the physical things, that dormant power source or life force that you are is now used as a battery just to power your physical being. This is why people tell you to meditate. But I say to you, even when you meditate, you're still not sitting in complete silence, simply because of the fact you only have to meditate because there is a constructed consciousness reciprocating in your brain. So even when you sit in silence, you're only silencing that construct. The goal is to dissolve and alchemize the construct that causes you to have to meditate. True silence is not sitting with the absence of sound. True silence is alchemizing the mindset in which the life of this biologic derives from. When you put the life of the biologic to sleep, the spirit awakens. This is why it's called the spiritual awakening. In this realm, you have biological parents. They teach you things how to put on book covers, how to tie your shoes. The biologic is not who you are in essence. Your neutral energy has been associated with the body. And since you reciprocate this limited narrative, even though you are unlimited beings, you reciprocate this limited narrative that has depressed your unlimited energy within this little earthen consciousness. This is a great depression. And nothing in this realm will produce high enough illumination to bring the body into a high enough state to travel out of this realm. And you can take your body, but that is another video. Things grow in this realm. You are not of the biologic. Biology is the study of living things. And so the life force that you are has went to sleep and now powers the biological frame, and you call these living things when they're not. As long as you operate with the biologic, you are asleep to the divine being that you truly are in essence. Your reward system has been conformed to things of this biologic, and you call them life. And everything here is a mimicry of who you truly are in essence. Everything here is a mimicry. Think about the words I am. It just means me. It just means you. Why are we returning to who I am? It is because you live in a state underneath who you are. You have went into an underworld. We have descended. We have forgotten spirit to the point where spirit birthed into physicality, and that represents a death. Even Jesus showed you this on the cross. He crucified the one that was in association to this physical realm. That is the story of the butterfly. The butterfly's purpose is to find a high place, to crucify the consciousness of the cocoon. It's not meant to walk on the ground and intertwine with the other insects, even though it can die as a caterpillar. The butterfly's true purpose, or the caterpillar's true purpose is to find a high place to crucify the consciousness of that cocoon so that the spiritual being, which it truly is, will emerge. In that same way, you are not the shell or cocoon, yet you have a brain in which you walk around grounded and get entangled with the consciousness of this realm. And even though ye are gods, even though you are truly gods or spiritual beings, you continuously die as a caterpillar because you are trying to fix the consciousness of the caterpillar, and instead of shifting into a higher consciousness, finding a higher place to release yourself from the cocoon. It was not meant to be fixed. The consciousness of humanity, or the cocoon, was not meant to be fixed. It is a stepping stone to be transcended. The human consciousness represents everything that you are not. So as you alchemize the consciousness to write a character in transcendence of this earthen narrative, you ascend as spirit. Every time you accept the thought, you're writing on your brain. Every time. And the character that you display in this earthen narrative displays what you have written. So in this biological realm, if you write in accordance to the biologic, that is your biology. That is the character that you've written in your book. Have you written yourself as a character in the book of life in accordance to being a divine being? Or are you writing yourself in accordance to the book of life in accordance to being a human being? It's not a matter of fixing humanity, because humanity is the forgetfulness of being a god. Human is not necessarily a physical thing. Look at the words human being. It is a state of being. Human is a consciousness. The human consciousness is the forgetfulness of the divine being. So just like the caterpillar, the one that wants to escape the cocoon is not the one that will escape the cocoon. You must become a whole different being. The one that wants to escape or exit the simulation is not the one that will leave the simulation. The human will never escape the simulation because the human character was created and is a product of the simulation. Once you shift your consciousness back into divinity, the human narrative or the earthen simulation can't hold you because you are no longer in the pretenses of this limited narrative. If you look up the word simulate or simulation, it means to pretend. Everything that you tend to in your human state of being, everything that you tend to is preset. You know the kids are going to go to school. The cleaners are going to get the stain out, or maybe they won't. Everything you tend to is preset, which means you are pretending. You are simulating a state of being, even when you are kind. It's not a matter of having to be kind, because the fact that you have to be kind, that indicates that you are in a mindset that has to be it. And that means you are in a mindset opposite of it. It's a matter of alchemizing the mindset in which everything you do is of love, of kindness, naturally. That is when it's I am. It's not a matter of doing acts of love. It is a matter of alchemizing the mindset back to who you truly are as love. And then everything you do will be from love. People ask, what is your true purpose? If you haven't returned to the I am consciousness, that is simply your purpose. There is no intent or purpose needed when you are truly who you are as a God. Everything you do will be with purpose. So the fact that you are asking, what is your true purpose, indicates that you have went into duality, or a state outside of who you truly are in essence. The mindset that you ask your questions from, the mindset that wants to exit the simulation, is the mind that has to go. Think of the mind like water. Water can wrap around an object, then it can freeze and solidify. It can melt back into water, go elsewhere, wrap around an object, freeze, and solidify. You have solidified, your consciousness has solidified around a state of being in which you are not. And now you must alchemize every time you feel pain. It's not a matter of saying this is happening to me, because what is happening to you is in association with the character that you are not in essence. Everything that goes wrong is associated with the human state of being. So when you feel pain, this is when it's time for your mind to become water. Write a consciousness that puts you over the thing that caused you pain. Who do you think you are? You have solidified. Make sure you write keys of consciousness to undress the human state of being. Because in divinity, you are already who you are in essence. Nothing is needed. That's all I will say for now. To be continued.